Hello and welcome to the fourth Bebong Betting Podcast. You've joined me, Nathan, you've joined Elliot.
Hello.
And you've joined Chris.
Good morning.
So we're doing this on a Wednesday this week. Usually we record on a Thursday, but other commitments mean that we've had to bring it back a day. But it does mean that you get the podcast a day earlier, which I'm sure you'll be pleased about.
Yeah.
Ooh, applause.
We'll insert some generic applause there, I think.
Okay.
Well, I'll be doing the editing, so I don't know if I'll be bothered.
Yeah.
We do have Little John and the East Side Boys joining us today in this podcast.
Yeah, they're just sitting over there in the corner. Just
getting crunk.
Shots.
So this week it's a slightly truncated show because there's no Premiership fixtures this weekend, so there'll be nothing in terms of that for us to talk about. Yeah, I didn't know what that was then. We'll be talking instead about the England internationals, and of course we'll be giving you our review of the last week's Premiership games and any talking points that we can think of. So let's start at the beginning on Saturday. Man City v Sunderland, 3-0 to Man City.
Anyone watch this live?
I watched it live, yes.
Did you not find it a bit of a laboured performance from Man City?
It was, yeah. I think the scoreline somewhat flattered them, to be honest.
Yeah, well, Sunderland didn't create too much, but I mean...
No, I mean, yeah, the early goal helped them, really. They got the early goal and then they could sort of afford to sit back from there, really. That was the thing.
Yeah. What an early goal as well.
Yeah, he can hit a ball, that boy.
Is that a fact?
It's a fact.
That is in fact a fact.
He can also open a can of beans.
2 minutes we've been on. That's a fact. Straight away.
It was disappointing from my point of view not to see Beach Ball get a run out, but...
And Dong. I really thought Dong would score.
Where was he?
But I did predict that Dong wouldn't score this weekend.
Yeah, that's one.
And that was one safe bet.
That was a good bet. If anyone followed that through, you would have been in profit, I'd have thought.
Bear in mind, it would have returned about 1p for every £1,000 you put on, but...
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, admittedly, Man City did have 26 shots in the game to Sunderland's 8, which tells you, a lot of it.
Yeah. I thought, not just for Kollarov's free kick, but I thought Kollarov was absolutely brilliant in that game.
Yeah, he had a good game.
He got the assist for Aguero's goal as well, and Balotelli should have buried one of his crosses as well. So.
Yeah, Balotelli had a bad game by his standards.
Straight off down the tunnel as well, did you see when he came off?
Yeah, he wasn't a happy boy.
But I thought Michael Richards played pretty well when considering he come back after a while.
Yeah, he'd only been training for about 4 days before that as well.
He could have had a couple of goals. Yeah,
he should have. Yeah, good clearance off the line from Danny Rose.
Mm.
Yeah,
it was a weird set out. It was kind of to drop Company and bring Lescott back.
Yeah, I think Company picked up an injury before the game, or maybe late on in the week game. I think I heard.
Oh, right, okay.
Him and Stasic.
Mancini. He can't help himself. He has to
He loves
fiddle around with the team.
He loves to fiddle.
Tinkerman.
He loves a little fiddle.
Doesn't he? To be fair to him, it was their first clean sheet, so...
It was. I mean, but Fletcher didn't score, so Sunderland didn't score. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So Fletcher still hasn't had a shot off target this season.
No. Has he not? I thought he had one.
Did he not get a shot in that game?
No, he didn't. No, he'd scored 4 goals in 4 shots before that game, and then he still hasn't had a shot off target this season, I don't think. Pretty sure.
Impressive stuff.
Very good from him. 33 unbeaten home games in the Premiership for Man City as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the defence when everyone is back, because they've still got Maicon to come back.
Yeah.
And as you said, Kolarov played well. And
Clichy's not had a terrible start to the season.
No, he's not. And you would have thought, he would put Lescott and Company. I know he hasn't done that so far in the season, but they were so good last season. You'd imagine when they're both there, they'll come back together. But we'll see.
Well, it'd be interesting because Lescott's always been the weak link of the two, and he was last season as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Mancini really likes him.
I don't know, but I thought he had a good season last season. So I would say they were probably the best. They were the best centre back pairing in the Premiership, I would say.
Yeah. That's Mancini for you.
Yep. All right. Okay. Well, Wigan Everton was the next game. 2-2.
Very interesting game. Kone and De Santo again scoring for Wigan.
Yeah. Well, we did say last week that,
surprise
that we wouldn't be surprised if Wigan caused an upset here, and they did.
Kone 2012 marches on.
Yeah. He marches on. Yeah, he's playing well at the moment, isn't he?
Though his goal was one of the most blatant offsides I've seen. Sometimes.
There was no daylight.
It was clear offside. Jelovic getting another goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Baines another goal.
Yeah, and he could a penalty, but he could have had. He hit the post, didn't he? He could have had another one.
Yeah.
His penalties
he's had in the Premier League.
They're all proper penalties as well. They're not like lucky, just brushes past the keeper. It's all like
top against Wigan, you couldn't stop that. 3 goalies couldn't stop that.
No.
Top bins.
But Everton, they look strong. They could have won the game, but
arguably they should have won the game as well, because that Kone goal was so far offside.
Yeah, you can wonder whether things would have been different. I mean, although, even saying that, they got, it was only a minute later before it was 1-1 again, so you would have thought they'd go on and take it from there. But
Sean Maloney missed the sit at the end as well.
He did, yeah.
Wigan couldn't have won that.
Yeah. But Wigan have conceded 2 goals in each of their last 5 Premier League games at home. So, always expect goals at the DW. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, the next game of the day was West Brom QPR, 3-2 to West Brom.
Didn't see that coming. Didn't see that many goals coming.
I didn't see that many goals, certainly, but I definitely saw a West Brom win. We tipped it on the website. I was confident of that going through.
I couldn't see anything other than a West Brom win, but...
Yeah, no. Clint Hill played, so it was kind of obvious from the start.
And he got absolutely screwed by Shane Long.
Yeah. I think every goal come down the left-hand side. We'll start
again for QPR, because against West Ham all the goals came down QPR's left-hand side. Funny that.
It's just such
but I thought Shane Long was actually really good in this game for West Brom.
Yeah, although he did miss an absolute sitter.
He did, but to be fair, he had sprinted the entire pitch to get there.
That's what separates the men from the boys. A proper finisher would have finished it.
Yeah, he's not quite a proper finisher, is he? He's not.
No, he never has been, I don't think.
He's not that type of player.
He just works hard.
He's like an Irish Dirk Kuyt.
bit more skill than Dirk Kuyt, I think.
Perhaps.
It's an odd collection of players they've kind of gathered together, QPR. I think they're really going to struggle. I know I think I said this last week, but every week you just look at them and you just think it's such a shambles.
I mean, Ryan Nelson as a centre back.
Their 2 goals, if you look at their 2 goals, they showed they do have a lot of quality, though.
Well, yeah, a lot of individual quality, but a lot of mercenary quality. You've got Granero's a quality player, and Taarabt obviously has a lot of potential, and they've got some good players within the squad, but it just seems like there's a lot of individuals, and like I said, a lot of mercenaries. And
to be fair to QPR, they should have actually got a point out of this had Jose Basingwa known how to shoot.
Well, it was a half chance, I think. It was.
Yeah, but still, another player, another day.
His eyebrow got in the way.
That was one big frown he gave.
But you would think that would be more to do with West Brom throwing it away than QPR. I mean, to 3-1 up, you would expect him to see that out.
Yeah.
Granero already looks like he's got the look on where it's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
I know, yeah. Well, who was it? It was Cesar when he joined. He said he thought that they could challenge for the top 4 or something. And I mean, he must just be thinking, what on
Not
earth
with
am I
Ryan
doing?
Nelson in front of you.
Well, challenge the top 4 of the Championship, perhaps. I mean,
once they go down next season, they can probably come back.
I don't get QPR, to be honest.
I've never rated Hughes as a manager. I didn't think he was any good at City. I thought he was mediocre at Blackburn, and I think he doesn't know what he's doing here.
No, he looks completely lost, and I'm not sure if QPR will stay up. 2 points, 7 games. It's not as if they've had the hardest start to the season as well.
I would be stunned if they stayed up. I mean, I suppose it depends if they're going to spend anything in January or if they get.
Well, they are.
They are.
Yeah, but I mean,
as we said last week, Stuart Downing's on the way there for 20 odd million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few of the Liverpool rejects, a couple of the who else? Who else isn't getting game?
They can always bring Hesse
Man
back.
City rejects.
Bring Hesse back from Australia.
Yeah.
Oh dear, no, it's not working for QPR and not.
No, but West Brom on the other hand won every home game so far this season.
And looking good.
Looking very good.
Steve Clarke's done pretty well there. I think they've got a lot of good striking options as well with Long, Odemwingie and Lukaku as well. So
yeah. Did Lukaku play on that? Did he have much?
No, he didn't come on.
I didn't think he did. No.
Yes, he did. He came on in 62 minutes. For Shane Long.
Ah, there we go. Yes, he did.
Yeah, yes, he did. The next game of the day was Swansea Reading 2-2 again.
Reading again, showing that the defence is not good enough for the Premier League.
No,
I'm afraid.
No, you can't throw away you can't be leading at 2-0 at half time and throw that away, really.
No, I mean, to be fair, their 2 goals were from their only 2 shots of the first half, really, weren't they, as well?
Yeah, they're an odd side, really, because they produced a performance against Newcastle. But,
yeah.
They can't really
under-strength Newcastle, I might add.
Slip that in there.
No bias on this show. But again, Swansea not looking amazing as well, I didn't think.
No,
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure about them under Laudrup, really.
No, and they needed Luke Moore to be their game changer as well.
He looked quite good though, to be honest.
He looked really good. Wow, he looked really good up until he had to take a shot.
Yeah,
and well, obviously Michu as well. Everything good that they do goes through Michu, really.
Yeah, he's quality.
Yeah,
He's such
and he
a
got
good
on the
player.
score sheet again.
Yeah, and he could have had 1 or 2 more. I think he's a brilliant player.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Danny Graham's just not been in the goals this year.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
They need him to score for them to take.
Yeah,
like,
they took him for a half time, didn't they? So
yeah, I might have been injured. I'm not sure.
I think he's showing that he's not England quality. Definitely.
Oh no,
People touting him as England last season, I just think it's such nonsense.
Swansea's worst form since they got into the Premiership.
Although, admittedly, that's only a season's worth. But yeah.
But Dermot's just was quoted as saying, "The wins will come with the performances. Our belief and confidence is absolutely fine." That's the sort of talk that, and then you get sacked.
Yeah,
and then you get sacked halfway through the season.
Yeah.
So I'm confident.
There's only so much you can do with belief. You got to have quality as well,
and you got to have wins. 3 points.
Yeah. So, like QPR, I think they might already be sort of gone.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that now after 7 games of the season. I think they may already be gone.
It's difficult. Yeah, the money they've spent, you'd expect them to be doing better, really. Both of them.
They haven't really spent much on great quality, Reading. I mean, they got Pogba. Pogba?
Pogregniak. The Pog.
Couldn't really tell you too much else about their signings this summer. Danny
Guthrie, who's injured half the time. So he was on the bench. Noel Hunt as well, not really a quality striker. I know he scored 2 goals. But...
The way he celebrated that second goal, they acted as if they had already won the game, Reading.
Oh, look what happened.
Probably part of the problem, really. They think the game.
Don't know how to win.
No. Don't know how to win.
They had 20 minutes left, 2-0 up, and they fucking drew. If that's not a sign of a team that's going down, then I don't know what is.
Well, shall we move on to the last of the 3 o'clock games then? Chelsea v Norwich. 4-1 to Chelsea.
4-1. What a fucking performance that was from Chelsea as well.
Best of the season so far, I would say.
Mata ran that game.
Yeah, I was saying to Elliot after the game that I thought he's been one of the best players in the Premiership this season, and he was absolutely fantastic. Even though he didn't get on the score sheet, he was on fire.
Yeah, that run and that pass for the Hazard goal was just...
Oh yeah, what a ball. And what a finish as well.
Quality. Yeah, great finish from Hazard.
Slotted it very nicely.
Hazard.
Yeah, very good.
No, Chelsea, looked a bit in doubt when Holt scored, but
Yeah, well, against Norwich's defence, they were just too much. Norwich can't defend at the moment, and although Norwich could have had a couple more goals, Grant Holt had at least 2 more chances.
Yeah,
they could have put something away.
It's encouraging for them. They need him to score.
Yeah, I think he looks like he's going to start scoring again now.
Well, you'd hope. Tough one for Norwich.
They need the goals. That's the thing, because they are going to continue to concede goals. So they need to be able to score at the other end to win games, which is what they did last season. So
Another goal for Torres this week as well.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Proving you wrong.
Well. I mean, we'll see come the end of the season if he's proved me wrong or not. I mean,
he's up to 4 already. What would it take to prove you wrong? How many goals does he need? No,
20.
I'd take 15 in that team because there's so many players.
They
that
spread the load.
Yeah, there's so many players that can get goals. I think between 12 and 15, I would think he's had a good season really in that team. But he is the focal point.
4, so.
Yeah.
We'll keep this one running all season.
See. I'm just not convinced by his overall play. I mean, and also you look in that team of that 4 line of Oscar, Mata, and Hazard. Anyone can get goals in that team,
especially when those 3 are being backed up by Frank Lampard as well.
Yeah, I'm just think his overall play, all around the pitch, and just every time he gets it, he doesn't look confident on it. He stumbles on the ball. He was throwing again. He had another chance where he threw on goal and he tried to cut back, and you just think, why is he not just hit that, just leather it? And he's tried to cut back and be cheeky about it. And I mean, I'm not sure. We'll see come the end of the season, but
give him some time.
Victor Moses on the bench didn't even get on. Another weird signing that was. One of those players that would just never do it at Chelsea.
I don't know why they bought him. Well, I suppose the thinking was to try and give them, some sort of width, some player who can play on the wing, but.
And also, he's not a bad player. I mean, they will have a lot of fixtures this season, so it's not a bad choice to come in. But
it looks like he was bought as a squad player.
Yeah. Exactly. So no, they've got a lot of depth in Chelsea going forward. So Chelsea's still going well. I think they could possibly win it this season. Possibly.
Yeah, I want to see them against the top 4. How they do against them.
I worry about their midfield.
Who do you class as the top 4 these days?
Well, last year's top 4.
Let's see how they do against the top 6. Easier.
Yep. Against a team who are kind of playing well. It'd be interesting how they play against someone like City or even Tottenham, who are playing well at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they turn.
Or maybe even just playing away against someone like West Brom.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting to see how they get on.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed. The 4:00 game on Saturday was West Ham v Arsenal, which was 3-1 to Arsenal. Discuss.
5:15, wasn't it?
5:15.
There isn't a 4:00 game on Saturday.
Yeah, that's Super Sunday.
The later game on Saturday was the 5:15 kick-off. Don't laugh. The later game on Saturday was the 5:15 kick-off. The later game on Saturday was the 5:15 kick-off between West Ham and Arsenal, which was 3-1 to Arsenal. Thoughts?
Well, I got there at 5:15.
I was there at fucking 3:30.
Well, I turned on the TV at 4, and there was just nothing on. I don't know what was going on.
Santi Cazorla again.
Yeah, he's, for my money, the best player of the Premiership so far this season.
Him and Mata.
Yeah.
2 Spanish number 10s.
Diminutive
Spanish players who can't get in their starting 11.
No. Although I think that could change in the near future.
Yeah, I think because hasn't he got about 40 caps for Spain?
He's been in the squad for years.
Yeah, he has been on in and out, so it's not like he's totally unblooded. Another goal for Giroud, first Premiership goal.
Yeah, well taken goal as well. Very well taken goal.
It was very well taken. I think it was his 4th assist of the season in that game as well.
Who for?
For Giroud.
Olivier.
Yeah, he's been
too bad.
He's been contributing.
Yeah, he's playing well. I think definitely that was his sort of game as well against West Ham. A bit more of a physical battle.
Yeah, and he started the game, which, as I said, when he starts games, he's going to score goals. He scores when he starts.
Exactly. I was really impressed by him as well.
Possibly Arsenal's best performance of the season.
Yeah, and to come from the goal behind as well.
Yeah, against a big, strong, physical side like West Ham. We said it was, it is a cliche, but Arsenal did, or certainly, 2 seasons ago and slightly last season, did struggle against the physical sides. And
I did say about Theo Walcott scoring last week as well.
Yeah, it was a great finish from him as well.
He's looking a lot more of a finisher now.
Yeah.
His end product has definitely come on a lot over the summer.
He can finish. I've always thought, I think he can. He's a good striker of the ball. I know he misses chances, but
he gets lost in games, I think, sometimes though.
Yeah.
And he won't get back into it.
I think I think Elliot said last week this was the type of game for Walcott as well.
Yeah, I said he'd score.
And he got in behind and scored. I mean, that's Walcott's game all over, isn't it? So.
Yeah. And Momo Diame scoring again. He's probably been their best player this year.
I would say possibly one of the better signings this summer as well. Free transfer, Mohamed Diame.
Yeah, he suits their style perfectly.
Good goal, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
Yeah, it was that sort of from the left-hand side of the box, just kind of places it top right corner.
Yeah, he beat...
Yeah, no, it was slack defending. He shouldn't have been able to get in there, but fantastic finish.
Yeah, great finish. John Motson loved that one.
Oh! And it's fallen for Diame! Oh, Balak! There is some classics from John Motson. That's one of my favourites. The Balak. Oh, Balak!
No, the best is Essien.
Yeah.
Have you heard that one?
That is a classic. The Sunday games began with Southampton Fulham 2-2. I watched this game live and it was quite good.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
I only saw the highlights, but Southampton celebrated as if they had won the game.
Yeah, well, I suppose under the circumstances, it was, after leading and then it looked like the game was lost because they were getting dominated. And when Fulham got the goal for 2-1, it looked as though they'd seen it out. There's a premature tweet from us as well saying, there we go, said Fulham would win. And Southampton got the other end and score. So it just shows you can't count your lucky chickens.
No. Southampton's defence is not up to scratch either. I don't think it's a bit same boat as Reading. Just they're going to leak absolutely.
They've conceded bucket loads this season.
And if it's not a team scoring against them, it's themselves scoring against them as well. So third goal this season. Yeah. Southampton got lucky, I think, really. Well, first half, in a way, good.
Yeah, it was a bizarre thing to take off
Ricky Lambert.
I don't know why he keeps doing that. It's very strange to take off.
Yeah, if he doesn't take him off, he doesn't start him.
Yeah,
it's very weird. Use of a
he took him off so early as well.
He's going to get you goals.
I don't, especially at 1-0. I mean, maybe it's sort of 3-0 or something like that. But at 1-0, that's a delicate lead to be protecting.
Yeah, exactly. And look what happened.
Yeah, well,
these are the sort of points that they need early doors if they want to stay up. These promoted teams.
Yeah,
they needed 3 points against Fulham, I think, especially the way Fulham travel. Everyone knows about that.
Yeah, and they didn't
have been looking at a win today, Saturday, Sunday, but
Fulham really didn't look like winning until kind of 60th minute, where they kind of upped the pressure, but they just they stepped it up and. For Southampton lucky, and I tweeted this as well, but I was pleased to see Southampton get a goal just for all the fans that were leaving early.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than seeing a fan leave early.
No, you're not a real fan if you leave the game before the final whistle.
No,
it's shameful. You support your team till the end, just because they're losing. You've got to cheer them on. You can't just bottle it and walk away.
Don't support us when we're losing. Don't support us when we're winning.
Absolutely.
I can understand if you're 4-0 down and you got to catch the tube.
Yeah, I mean...
you should already know what time the tube is after that.
Yeah, I always think...
You should know.
Have you seen the rush for tubes?
Yeah, but you should know that. You're going to a football match.
Yeah, it's all part of it, isn't it? I think you support them till the end.
Yeah, I suppose.
If you properly support the team, I wouldn't...
Southampton don't even have tubes.
Yeah, they live right near the stadium, so...
Yeah. And it's good transport. I saw Norwich v Southampton, and it's good transport between. They've got coaches and everything, so there's not really an excuse. I don't think.
A late appearance from Georgios Karagounis, who the commentator was saying, "Oh, he stays on his feet this one," and when he got straight back up, he goes, "Oh, he's a tough boy." They should have seen him at the Euros because he was on the floor crying half the time. Awful.
Yeah. God, that's because he knew his team was going out.
Yeah. Well, they went through. Few times.
That's commentary for you.
Tottenham Aston Villa was the next game. 2-0 to Tottenham.
We'd just like to point out that Benteke nor Defoe scored in this game.
None of them did, no. Well, Bent didn't start yet again.
Yeah, Bent didn't start, did he?
No. Well, it's a strange thing that Lambert's got with him. He just doesn't seem to want to... I don't know whether they've had a falling out but he won't seem to start him. And especially as Benteke had that chance, which you would have thought...
That headed chance,
yeah. Bent would have seen that away. It very much summed up Benteke's play, really. He's not a finisher. He can do all the other stuff, but in terms of finishing, he's not quite got it, especially compared to Bent.
I mean, I'm not sure why they're starting Benteke.
No, he's like needs to grow in the Premier League rather than just be thrown straight in.
Especially in that formation, you would think that if he's not going to play them together, you would play Bent out of the two if you're going to have that focal point.
Experienced Premier League striker.
Yeah, he will get goals.
Consistently scores as well, and that's exactly what they need right now. I mean, they've not had a good start, and they're still persisting with Benteke. It's very strange.
Yeah, questionable. But Tottenham they played well. They looked really good again, very strong.
Yeah, shame Defoe didn't score because Stephen Corker did apparently.
He did. Yeah,
yeah, it was a shot. He miskicked it.
Not that he knew much about it.
No, but it would have gone wide anyway, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah,
it was a very strange goal.
Hugo Lloris started as well.
He did, yeah, ending Brad Friedel's record run of, I forget how many games, but
310.
310 games, that is quite an achievement.
310 games since May 2004.
You'd have thought Friedel would be quite annoyed about that, really.
Yeah. I mean, to put that into perspective, Tim Howard is second with 190.
Fuck it.
So.
Yeah, not happy bunny old Tim
Howard. We'll get there one day.
Impressed with Tottenham though. They played really well.
Well, good value for their win, really.
Yeah.
Took a little time in coming, but they got there, and Lennon's goal as well. Quality strike.
It was a good goal. Yeah,
typical Lennon goal. That was.
I still rate AVB as a manager. I think he gets some stick from British press just for anything he does, but. He seems to have gotten working. They're playing really good fluid football at the moment, and he's got the team that he wanted to have at Chelsea as well, I guess.
I think he'll get the time at Tottenham.
Yeah, I think so.
But no, it's definitely looking good for Tottenham now. Sort of got over the new players coming in and everything, so it looks like it'll be starting to click now.
Yep.
Indeed.
The other game was, of course, Liverpool-Stoke. A game that we were all looking forward to, I'm sure.
Yeah, I couldn't wait for this one.
Two of the most detestable teams in the league.
Sunderland weren't there, annoyingly.
Well, but Stoke were, so...
Yeah, to be fair. 6 yellow cards for Stoke.
Oh,
surprise. That's what I can say about that game.
Well, I was thinking of doing an article on Stoke, actually, on whether or not because they've got this reputation of being a dirty side, but... In the last sort of 2 or 3 seasons, in the fouls table, they were kind of consistently finish mid-table. Certainly, Arsenal last season finished above them. They had more fouls. So, I don't know.
But that doesn't really make you a dirty team, I'd say.
No, not necessarily. But Suarez again failed to score. I was going to tip actually not to score just because I'm not.
He did look dangerous, though, to be fair to him.
Yeah, but that's Suarez.
Yeah, but that is exactly. He always looks dangerous.
Into positions, but he doesn't score.
Yeah. That's the story of his Premiership life. He always looks like
he's like Andy Cole. Needs about 100 chances.
Yeah, he always looks like he gets into the chances. Great feet, gets in front of goal, and he balloons it. He can't finish for his life.
Try a cute finish or something with his right foot, and he'll just end up missing it. Yeah,
and every now and again it will come off, like it did against. Norwich, where he was unplayable, but for every game like that, he'll have a game like he did against Stoke. They desperately need a striker, Liverpool.
Yeah, they're crying out for one. And they had 16 shots to Stoke's 5.
Yeah.
Just needed one finisher.
Yeah, couldn't put it in the net.
Joe Cole come on as well.
Yeah, and he was absolutely dire.
Was he?
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Had a really bad game.
If I was Brendan Rodgers, what would frustrate me is that Stoke had more possession.
Yeah. From Liverpool's perspective, that's not, especially at home. They can't seem to get it going at home. It's very weird.
What do you make of the hoof stamp as well on Suarez?
Dirty. I'm stunned. I thought he'd get punishment for it.
It's obvious. It's because it's Suarez, and they just thought he's got a bit of leeway. So that was the one. You could go and kick Suarez and get away with it, but now that's one gone.
Decapitate him, I think. Very strange, because that was a blatant stamp as well.
It was really nasty. That you don't want to see that in the game.
No. Well, you don't want to see Robert Huth or Suarez in the game, so,
No, true. Okay, well, we may as well move on to the blockbuster of the weekend, the game that we were both looking forward to.
Manchester United won 3-0. Very good performance. Next week's fixtures.
Manchester United v Newcastle, and what a performance. 3-0 to Manchester United.
Newcastle second 11.
Well, not exactly Man United's first 11 either, so if we're going to get picky.
Majority.
Okay, let's get picky then. Harper, Santon, Perch, Williamson, Ferguson.
Williamson, as you said the other week, he should not be a Premiership footballer.
He's 6'5" or 6, and he can't win a header going forward.
No.
I'll tell you what's with that. He just climbs on over.
5. Santon's the only player I rate. Perch, okay. Ferguson out of his depth.
Ferguson looked
Harper's
well out
gone.
of his depth in that game.
Harper's, yeah. He's one of those keepers where the springs have gone in the legs, and it's no point anymore.
He should have been punished for what he did when Welbeck robbed the ball off him.
Yeah.
Really
I'd have happily have let Welbeck score that just so we get Harper out of the team.
How long until Krul
is back?
Yeah, it was an elbow injury.
He should be back after the international break, which is Sunderland, the big derby. The time it
is the big derby.
2 weeks' time.
Yeah, you would want him to be back for that, really. But it's just the defence that's such a worry at the moment. And also, even in the game, I mean, going forward, didn't create an awful lot, really.
No.
Having said that, we did have more attempts at goal.
Yeah, but only 3 on target. It was restricted to a lot of long shots. A lot of the time, it was just kind of outside of the box and just having a crack. There wasn't really, other than that Cisse cleared off the line chance, there was very little that was really created in terms of meaningful chances.
Yeah, it was
a lot of the time though, Colaccini gets the ball going with us lot because he starts the attack with Newcastle.
Yeah. I've got to say, I'm surprised that we started both Bar and Cisse. I thought Cisse might be dropped for this one. I said it to Nathan a few days ago.
5 midfield, I think.
Yeah, I would have packed that midfield. But when you look at our defence, surely you got to pack our midfield because United are going to rip through that defence, and they did.
A lot of people have been questioning Pardew's tactics recently.
Yeah, well, especially when you look at last season, what Newcastle did so well against United was just dominating the midfield. And whenever someone plays United who can control the midfield, United can't compete. They just get overrun in midfield because they don't have the players for it. So you would have thought they would pack it out with players who can just retain possession and create stuff. But it was odd. They had a period from about the 30th minute till about the 60th where they dominated. But other than that, it didn't look like the same Newcastle. Really.
It was the Wayne Rooney show, wasn't it?
Yeah, he looked fantastic. Back to his best, really. I think that could be his role, really, sitting in midfield, kind of creating stuff, and that will allow Kagawa to play as well.
I think he just needs a goal as well from that position, and then the goals will start coming as well.
Yeah, well, he's very much a player who plays in bursts, doesn't he? His goals will come in bursts. But even if he's not scoring, I mean, that was his 5th assist in 3 games in that game.
Yeah.
So,
Don't act as if you don't know the stat. You're very happy to put it out there.
What was it?
It was... maybe the 3?
Was he man of the match as well?
I think he might have been, yeah, man of the match. But he's never been a player that's been all about goals. It's all about his team play. He's so important to how we play when he's on
he's
form.
Unselfish.
Yeah, so...
also, I am a Newcastle fan, but Tiote was lucky to be on that pitch.
Yeah, it was...
Saying that, and Van Persie as well.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was strange from Van Persie, because they didn't... live on the game, they didn't show it at all. They didn't mention it. It was only later on, retrospectively, they looked at it again. But it was clear. It was clear. But he had quite a nasty aspect of his game. He loses his head.
I think
quite
the
often.
problem is also that he does put in so many challenges that obviously not all of them are going to be correct.
Yeah,
I'd like to point that out.
Yeah, Ben Arthur didn't see enough of the ball either. Every time he got it, he looked dangerous, but he barely touched it.
They crowded him out as well.
Yeah, stuck 2 men on him every time.
A lot of bookings. Webb was a bit card happy again.
Well, he wasn't when it came to RVP, was it?
No.
Didn't see it.
He had his red shirt underneath.
Howard Webb said it wasn't an act of aggression. But
this is a friendly elbow. It was padded.
Well, it is. Well, he's raised his arms to an opponent. He's put his arms in an opponent's face.
Yeah, I don't deny that it should have been sent off, and certainly retrospectively should have been banned. But
it was strange, very strange that they let him off, especially given RVP's history against Newcastle as well. Last season,
always gets involved, doesn't he? Yeah,
didn't he?
Well, he does have that. He gets involved in the arguments. He does like to.
He's Dutch. About. He has to.
Yeah, it's
obligation.
Well, I don't know. They're quite laid back, the Dutch, aren't they?
No, they're not.
Of course they are.
They're always at each other's throats, aren't they?
Well, that's
the
the
Dutch
footballers,
national
but
team,
as a nation,
one of the worst
teams, I suppose
that.
in football terms, yeah. But as a nation, they're quite laid back. It seems odd that the players.
It's all the fucking dope they do.
Yeah, and the prostitutes so readily available.
Why do you think Steve McLaren loves it so much?
From Van Persie,
he loves it.
St James's Park, elbow in the face.
Yeah, I think when I saw the team sheet for Newcastle, I could see a result like that coming.
Yeah, I just knew it.
United got stung last week against Tottenham. Yeah. They scraped through against Cluj. I'm sure Fergie had them all week. He was in their ear about this game.
Well, they certainly came out of the traps. The first 15 minutes, it was the best I've seen them play all season, or first 20 minutes. They were fantastic.
Yeah.
Newcastle, it was something like 70% possession in the first 30 minutes for us. They just couldn't get the ball back, Newcastle. Well, that sums up the fixtures from last week. I guess we'll move on to the international break. Maybe just look at the England fixtures, both the England games, what we fancy for those. Kicks on.
If you're not going... Well, you can't even bet on England to win this game, can you?
1.01 is the price you'll get on England winning on Friday against San Marino.
What did you say, 1.1?
1.01. Yeah.
It's like a day trip for them, I think. They'll be coming just to be like, oh, wow, Wembley.
They'll probably want to take their cameras onto the pitch with them, won't they?
Yeah.
I really don't know. I think Rooney any time or something.
No, not for England.
If Defoe starts, I think he'll get a hat-trick.
Defoe will get a goal, definitely.
I think England -3, perhaps.
Jermaine Defoe hat-trick.
I don't know about -3. You may if I always think with England, when they get to 3-0, they often just kind of pass it around a bit. They don't really go for the throat often.
-2, -3 might get you some better
goals.
odds.
Yeah.
Clean sheet, obvious.
Yeah,
scoring.
Cannot see
really
scoring.
If we fail to get a clean sheet, I will be stunned.
Over 5.5 is 1.73. Oh my word! I might say under that because I don't think we'll score more than. I
would be surprised if we did, to be honest. What is under 5.5?
It's evens.
That really?
Yeah.
That's a good price.
That is a very good price.
I can't see us putting that many past them. Although we did, beat Moldova 5-0, didn't we?
Yeah. Away that was as well.
And look at San Marino lost 6-0 to Montenegro at home, 3-2 to Malta, 4-0 to Moldova, 5-0 to Sweden, 11-0 to Holland.
Oh, okay, maybe not then. 11-0.
11-0 to Holland in Holland.
It could be that. You just don't know.
It's tough, isn't it? It could be a absolute white.
You know what? It makes me glad that I'm working Friday night. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I still think 5.5 is good value. We don't. Is that what did you say? It was under 5.5.
The 5.5, yeah.
Evens.
Yeah. We rarely score 6 goals. I know it's a crap opponent, but Andorra was the last game. Andorra in 2009, we scored 6 at home.
Really looking forward to this one.
Over 6.5 is evens as well. So.
Really? Oh well.
Under 6.5 is 1.73.
All the way back when Rooney got 2, Jermaine Defoe got 2. That was the last time we got 6.
The thing is, Jermaine Defoe will want to score goals if he starts. So
I think
that's the thing with Defoe. He always wants to score goals.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Football goal scoring machine.
They'll be like, just keep it in the corner, and he'll be like, no, I'm going to score.
Right, save your legs, boys. We've got 20 minutes left. We're 7-0 up. Nah. 3 more.
All right, and the Poland game, which is on Tuesday, we can't really look at any of the odds yet, but
it's going to be a tough game. That I think very tough.
Poland away is
tough. A tough game. Poland have got a lot of decent players in their side.
They'll have to all fly back over to go and watch the game. The Polish fans, though.
Oh, satirical. Well, we haven't lost to Poland in A long, long time. When was the last time? Have we ever lost to Poland? I don't know that we have. Oh, yeah. In 1973, we lost 2-0 to Poland.
I remember the clown goalkeeper. That's why we didn't qualify for the World Cup that year.
Yeah, it was a...
1973 we didn't qualify for a World Cup?
No, 74 World Cup. It was obviously for...
It was a qualification game, yeah.
I remember that well.
You can look at England or evens to win, basically.
Yeah, well, England are playing well at the moment. They've had some... I saw a stat recently. They've had something like over 60% possession in all their qualification games so far.
Yeah, we just not scored as many, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh no, was it the Ukraine game? We were just absolutely dire.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our possession
has been crap.
Against Ukraine, our possession was Leska, Jagielka, Hart.
Yeah.
That was where our possession was.
It's give it away.
It's hard to know because we're obviously biased, but I think England could get a result there.
I think we could beat them.
Yeah, despite drawing with Ukraine, but they are a better side, Ukraine.
Yeah.
Well, marginally.
Yeah, well, whenever you play a Eastern Bloc country, it's always a difficult one.
Yeah, especially away from home. Maybe a draw, to be honest. I would certainly think...
perhaps double chance England. Draw no bet even.
Maybe both teams to score. Poland often score at home, although they didn't score against Portugal.
Lewandowski's not looked as good this year. Not the buzz around him that there was last year.
No, well, he's not played as much. He's been dropped a lot for Dortmund recently.
For Marco Reus, whatever his name.
Yeah, it's all gone through him, and he's a fantastic player.
He is a fantastic player, so you can sort of understand why he's been dropped. But
yeah, well, we'll decide nearer the time, I guess, with the on the website, but potential there.
Potential.
All right then. So, any other business? The tail end of the podcast.
Liechtenstein, Lithuania. Forward to that.
I was thinking more in the realm of news.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is breaking.
That is, yeah. Well, I'm sure we're all looking forward to that.
I've got a fact. The FA are a bunch of twats.
Hashtag bunch of twats.
Yep.
Other news, anyway. Diving.
Diving, yes.
Tom Daly,
Gareth
fantastic.
Bale and Luis Suarez this weekend.
Well, we know our mate Tony Pulis isn't happy about it.
No, he took Suarez into that shower and told him what's what. But
he actually went in the Liverpool shower. He came in.
Yeah, he came in naked.
Just
he always has a shower, even though he doesn't play. He still has a shower because he's such a weirdo.
Just takes his little glasses off.
Yeah, because they would get steamed up otherwise.
He wouldn't be able to see who's got twos.
No.
How would he know how to pick the team for the next week?
But yeah, the dives from both Suarez and Bale.
I'm still debating whose I thought was worse. I think perhaps Gareth Bale's.
I think Suarez.
Oh,
controversial. And here's my reasoning. I think that with Gareth Bale, there was.
He was expecting
a challenge, and so he kind of readied himself, and he thought he was going to get clattered, so he just kind of threw himself over. Whereas with Suarez, there was more intent with it. He kind of got a little kick, and then
premeditated,
and then he thought about it, and then it was just that kind of just threw himself over the theatrical.
Yeah,
it was just terrible. I think that was marginally worse for me, but they were both shocking.
I found Bale's just worse for me. I think just the way. Okay, fair enough. If you're expecting impacts, if it doesn't come, stay on your feet because he had a chance of scoring then.
Yeah. And, it was just the way he threw himself. There was such a big gap between the two players. It wasn't even like he was close to kicking him.
What got me is the way he's looking around as well.
Did Bale look around? Oh, I didn't know that.
He's lying on the floor, sprawled out, looking around.
Well, but he sort of kind of gets up and kind of runs off quite sheepishly, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he knows he's done wrong. He knows he's done wrong.
Yeah.
He basically bottled it, didn't he, really? And then went for a dive.
Because the goalie didn't even swing his leg. Brad Guzan.
Brad!
But
you've got to think that maybe retrospective punishment has got to come in, because obviously they're just not bothered about it, because they know that there's so many cameras and they know it's going to get talked about, and it just doesn't seem to dissuade them.
They banned players in Scotland for diving.
Yeah, and
I think once did Adriano not get booked? Inter Milan's Adriano a few years back for persistent diving. They gave him a 3-match ban.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, persistent play acting and diving, I think.
Yeah, I think something
He's a
needs
big
to be
fella
done
as well.
about it. Not necessarily. It's not like it's got to be because
Eradicated.
Yeah, but it's not like because some cases, a player just fall. It doesn't have to be a foul or a dive. Someone just sort of trips over, or just go over. But I think just in extreme cases where it's obviously a dive, which obviously in both of those it was. I think they've got to look at that really.
Yeah, definitely. But as Elliot's last point was about the FA, this is why they're shit. It's got to be looked at. I'm sick of this. It's been every week this season. There seems to be someone diving.
Yeah. Anyway, the derbies. It was a week of derbies this week, wasn't it?
It was. Where do we start? Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with the El Clasico, I guess.
Ron and Messi going at it.
It's almost too easy to kind of sum up the game with those two, but it sort of was. That's sort of what it was, really. Between those two players,
Yeah. Which one do you think's better? Well, we had this conversation last week. We won't even go into that again.
No.
Because
I think it's a sign saying they're both equal this year.
It has, very similar stats. I mean, Messi's played about half an hour less than Ronaldo, and
I think I saw since Ronaldo signed for Real Madrid, Ronaldo's got 160 now. I think Messi's got 169 in 2 less appearances. I think. Yeah,
I mean, it's much of a muchness, really, isn't it? It's very close between the two.
Very close, but I didn't actually manage to watch this game, unfortunately.
No, I was out.
It was end-to-end stuff.
I had to get
very good
the highlights.
One I did manage to watch was the Milan derby,
which was dire in many ways.
It was absolute dog shit.
Yeah, it's depressing to see what a fall from grace Italian football has had.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what fall from grace these two sides have had as well.
These in particular, I mean, Milan, AC Milan especially.
Well, even more in particular, AC Milan, they have been absolutely shocking.
Yeah, really, really poor this season.
I mean, Inter fair enough, have managed to get themselves up to about 3rd now, I think.
Yeah, well, they're playing okay, but just the tactics from AC as well, just kind of hoofing it up long to Boateng and hoping he can do something with it. It's just
really strange stuff. Only good for the Premiership though. But
very strange. Juve, the only team flying the flag for Serie A.
I quite like the days of when there was
San Siro in the Champions League.
The big kind of
San Siro in the Champions League is something to behold.
Yeah,
but
shame, really.
I miss the Kakas and just Crespo,
Serginho.
I don't miss Serginho.
They've got one very good player, El Shawari.
Is brilliant.
Yeah, he's scored 4 goals this season already, I think.
Yeah, he's keeping them
which is almost every single Milan goal, I think.
Yeah, well, Pato can't get himself fit, can he? And
Pazzini was let go by Inter for a blatant reason for the fact that he can't score goals.
Yeah.
Right. But shame. Real shame, I think.
Yeah. There was also the Portuguese derby, Porto Sporting Lisbon.
Fortunately, not enough coverage of this on TV.
There wasn't, but it housed possibly one of the goals of the season so far. I put it on the goal of the week on our website. Jackson Martinez, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
Oh,
but I know
fantastic.
Jackson Martinez is a fantastic player.
He is brilliant. It was like we brought it down.
Chilean, young Chilean.
I think
he's Colombian, I think, but he's been playing in Mexico for the last few years.
Yeah.
Snapped up for almost nothing. He's going to be good. 24, but great player.
Yeah, it was a lovely little back heel, similar to not similar, but it was in the ilk of Ibrahimovic's. Did you see that one? He got a back heel as well in the game.
Missed that one, unfortunately. But go on our website and you can check it out.
You can have a look. Go there now.
Speaking of Ibrahimovic, he got 2 goals again, didn't he, for the PSG? It's 2-2 draw with Marseille.
Yeah, I mean, PSG have sort of picked it up recently. They're only, 3 points off the lead now? 3 points off the top.
I saw a stat the other day, I could be wrong exactly on the figures. I think it was that Ibrahimovic has now scored 5 more goals than Milan have scored this season. Which is quite a stat.
I think before the Milan derby, Juventus had more points than AC and Inter put together.
Yeah,
Absolutely
quite incredible.
shocking.
Quite incredible.
And also, Owen Coyle, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Taking Bolton from an FA Cup semi-final to the Championship.
That's where it all went wrong. That's where it all started going wrong, didn't it? After that semi-final, they dropped in form and then they got relegated. And it's just been a downhill slope ever since.
Yeah, I feel for them. They were so solid under Sam Allardyce. Not the best football to watch, but you knew what you'd get. You get Premier League football season after season.
Yeah.
And since then, it's been okay, but Coyle's just done a bit of a number of them, really, hasn't he? Unfortunately.
He'll get another job in football, though.
Oh, yeah.
One of the managers, he'll go from team to team.
No, he can't go back to Burnley, can he? The Judas there, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because he went from Burnley to Bolton.
Oh, yeah, Lancashire. Lancashire.
Very accurate impression there from Elliot.
Yeah, spot on.
You want hot pot? Hot pot.
It's like having Peter Kay in the room.
Young Peter Kay.
He reminds me of
Less
a young
fat
Peter Kay.
and less small.
Yeah, less fat and funnier.
Peter Kay is actually just sat next to Little John and the East Side Boys in the corner. So
yeah, we just bring him out when we need him.
Yeah,
Garlic bread. There he is.
I have no other news.
No other talking points for this week. I think that sums it up, doesn't it?
And on that bombshell,
I'd actually like to apologise to the listeners because it's an international break and international football is shit.
It's dull as fuck.
Yeah. I wonder whether we'll have a podcast.
Don't have much to talk about.
No, well, next week's is going to be a right drab affair.
Comedy show.
Next week we'll actually
5 minutes
just
stand-up each.
Next week we'll just have a load of sound bites and we'll just play them.
We'll just get an Arnie soundboard.
Look out for next week's show where we feature Arnold Schwarzenegger heavily. That's about it, really.
California.
Cookies? We thought you could eat my cookies. This show has descended into chaos now that there's international football.
All right, well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week then. Remember to subscribe on iTunes if you haven't already. Subscribe on YouTube, and hopefully next week we'll have managed to cobble something together for us to talk about.
It may not even be football. Might just be X Factor.
Who knows? Who knows how it will go?
Actually, as it's internationals, we can all sign off with saying goodbye in a foreign language.
Okay, I like that. That's a nice idea. Sure, that's goodbye from me, Nathan.
Auf Wiedersehen from Elliot.
Ciao!
Sorry, what language was that?
Italiano.
Okay.
Ciao ragazzi, bella.